Here's part 3 of the Easy Baby Bonnet in Irish Crochet Lace. In this video I'm going to show you how to make the shamrock motif surrounded by the first foundation row so that you can turn it into a square. This is the second time I'm videoing it because when I tried to edit the video I found that all the files were corrupted. So I'm going to start again, and I'm also going to use a different thread. I'll be using a number 10 thread, so it'll be slightly larger. I'll show you that after it's finished. So the thread I'm using is number 10, and it's quite a simple motif. You don't necessarily have to use this motif. You can use any motif you want, as long as they're all of more or less equal size, and as long as you can divide them up into 12 to make a foundation row to turn them into a square. So to start off this motif, I'm going to chain 16. And I'm going to make a single crochet into the first chain. It's best if you do this stitch quite tight, because otherwise you'll end up with an open center, so as tight as you can. And I'm going to make a second leaf by chaining 15. And again, I make a single crochet at the base in the same place as where I did the single crochet. And again, a bit tight. The looser you make that single crochet, the more open the base of the more open the center of the shamrock will be. And now I'm going to make a third leaf, and again chain 15. And again make another single crochet in the same space again. So this is what we've got, 3 loops of 15 chains connected in the center. I'm going to now start and make single crochets over the chain. I'm also going to incorporate the tail so that I don't have to sew it in. Now on average I tend to put in between 20 and 24 single crochets over each leaf. It depends on the thickness of your thread, how tight you crochet, so the chain must be covered. So I just make plain single crochet over the chain. So here I've made 20, but there's a little bit of chain left, so I'm going to cover that. It really depends on your style of crochet and the thickness of the thinness of your thread. So here I've made 23 and I've covered the whole cord. Now one little trick I do to make sure the center stays tight is I stick the hook into the middle of the center of the shamrock and make a slip stitch between the leaves. I find that it helps keep the center of the shamrock tight. So now I'm going to cover the second and third leaves similarly with single crochet. So that's the second leaf covered, and again I'm going to make a single crochet, a slip stitch into the center to hold the shamrock together. And here's the third leaf, cover that with single crochet. Another slip stitch through the center. And this is the first row on the shamrock. Now we're going to make a second row of single crochet over the ones we've made previously, with the difference that at the beginning we're going to skip one single crochet at the beginning and one single crochet at the end. So I just put in single crochet over the previous row. So I've reached the second row on the first leaf. I'm skipping one single crochet at the end, and I'm skipping one single crochet at the beginning of the next leaf, and I continue making single crochet over the second leaf. The reason why you do this is to help the shamrock lie flat. Don't be afraid to adapt the patterns to your own needs. Sometimes you have to try something a few times before you get it right, and sometimes due to your style of crochet you might have to make adaptations to a pattern. So don't be afraid to do it, just try it out. You can always pull it out if it doesn't work. So I've reached the end. Again, I skip one stitch at the end of the leaf, and I skip a stitch at the beginning of the next leaf, and I finish the third leaf. So here I've reached the end of the third leaf, and the next job now is to put the foundation row on it so that we can turn this shamrock into a square. So I've skipped one stitch at the end. I'm going to now make slip stitches up to about halfway up the side of the first leaf. So I made 3, I'll make another one. And what I'm going to aim to do is to make 12 picot loops. So I need 3 on each leaf and 1 between the leaves. That would give me a total of 12. So I'm going to start by chaining 7. I make a single crochet by sticking through the back of the 5th stitch from the hook, give it a twist, single crochet, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, sticking through the back, give it a twist, single crochet, crochet 2, and I stick it near the top of the first leaf. You need to divide the leaf into 3 parts. Now the reason why I'm not giving exact numbers is because it can vary on the size of thread you're using, so you need to use your judgment. So that's the second picot loop. And now a third one. Stick it into the side. So now we have 3 picot loops on the leaf of the shamrock. I'm going to make a 4th and connect it to the next one and work my way around. So that's the next picot loop, and I put it in at the same height as where this one started, more or less. So now I've got 4 picot loops, and I'll work my way around to the end. So 3 on top of here, 1 between the 2, 3 on top of here, and then a connecting one with this one. As you can see, it's considerably larger than the one I was making previously. So this one was made with number 10 thread, and this one was made with number 60 thread. So you do need to take that into account when you're making the bonnet. And one way you can adapt the size is by making less bars in your square. So you could finish your square here rather than with 3 bars. The last row is the most important one, the one after the bars, so that it always needs to end on a row of full picots. In the next video I'm going to show you how you can join them together and how you can finish off the edge. So as you can see, it's not a difficult motif, and you can adapt it. You can make a different motif if you want, and all you have to do is make sure you can make 12 picot loops on the outside so that you can start it off for a square.